I think the only rule is that there are no rules. So whatever people tell you about classical ballet, it is a 21st century art form in constant evolution. I already knew the other two pieces, so it was more of a question what would go in the middle. Kairos, which is the first piece, is a piece with music by Max Richter, but it's a kind of a reversion of Vivaldi. So what's interesting about that music is you feel that you're going in one direction, something that you really know, and it evokes all of these memories that you feel you really understand. And then very quickly he subverts that idea and you're somewhere else, somewhere you don't recognize. The third piece in the program is a piece called Borderlands. It's a very kind of aggressive sound. It's kind of sound worlds that give you an environment in which choreography can work. They kind of really contrast. So I thought, well, what would work really well in the middle? What would be something that actually gives us a kind of a cutout in the middle of the program that might be a kind of an eloquent way to introduce a different kind of physical vocabulary? The music is by an amazing Finnish composer called Kaija Saariaho. And she's written this incredible huge piece for large orchestra and electronics. And the electronics are really a distorted voice of Rumi poetry, so this amazing poet who wrote very short line poems which had a lot of space inside. And so I had this idea that if those spaces were opening up into voids, this idea of kind of nothingness or emptiness, that would be a really great way to populate it with some interesting choreography. So that's how it started.
Die Musik ist wirklich nicht einfach. Zu ihr kann man nicht einfach so tanzen, weil sie nicht wirklich einen Takt vorgibt. Wir stützen uns eher auf die Akzente oder auf laute Töne. Aber die Musik ist in bestimmten Teilen sehr mystisch. Und eben das gibt dem Ganzen eine besondere Atmosphäre und genau die Farbe, die sich Wayne gewünscht hat.
I guess what you're trying to do when you're in the studio is you start a question or an idea of inquiry, and you try and get the dancers to respond, and you start to see how they respond, and very quickly it gives you another idea, and that idea then becomes the basis that you start to build on. So I'm not the sort of choreographer who has a very specific thing in mind and tries to get directly there. I like to have lots of options, and the piece kind of emerges over time. The other thing is about dance is that whole process of having the conversation through the body. The body is speaking, if you like. The body is thinking.
From the very first second to the very last second, there's an intensity there. You know, you never feel comfortable in its rehearsals, and this is what creates relationships between dancers. If everyone's so relaxed and feeling so comfortable, you can sit back, and he doesn't want you to feel comfortable in that way, and the speed is part of that, and also the speed of being able to take things on. You have to be as fast as he is, and he's very fast.